A young writer becomes a filmmaker to preserve an island sound and inspire future generations. Natalia Santaliz reports.
Hello, everybody. I am Natalia Santaliz, and in this occasion, I am joined by a visionary voice in Puerto Rican arts, Paloma Sierra. As a director, writer, and poet, Paloma has long been committed to uplifting our island's cultural heritage through storytelling. Her latest project, Trovadora, is a documentary in progress that shines a spotlight on 4 remarkable Puerto Rican women who are keeping the tradition of trova alive: Victoria Sanabria, Lenny Ginette Adorno, Alondra Sofia, and Fabiola Mendez. With insights from journalist Maria Cristina Muñoz Vega, the film explores the legacy, challenges, and brilliance of women in a genre where they're historically underrepresented. Welcome, Paloma. It's a pleasure to talk to you. What inspired you to create Trovadora, and why focus specifically on women in the world of Puerto Rican trova?
Yeah, so as you mentioned, I'm a poet, and that was my first introduction to writing. And as a writer, I've always been interested in poetry as something that exists other than on the page. And while undertaking different projects of examining different ways that we can take poetry to the stage and, take it to the performance, I also had the opportunity to be a Fulbright scholar in Buenos Aires, Argentina, where I got the opportunity to meet other women who were also doing improvised poetry, or they call it bailada. And that experience allowed me to understand how improvised poetry, or the performance of poetry to music, is not only a century tradition in Puerto Rico, but a shared cultural patrimony that's international all across Latin America and the Caribbean.
How did you choose these artists featured in the film? But what do they represent to you personally?
Yeah, so I fully am aware that there's more than 3 artists that dedicate themselves to the work of improvised poetry or performing poetry to music. Basically, I had the opportunity to do research, and I came about this news that there was a lot of women that would be present in La Fiesta de la Calle San Sebastián. And when I saw the list, I was trying to look at not necessarily known artists, but also known, but also that they were somehow either reinvigorating this tradition in their own way, or also bringing it to generations to come.
How does Maria Cristina's insight shape the narrative of your documentary?
It's a great question. So basically, what I ended up doing was, after hearing all these interviews, I was interested in hearing about their own personal experiences other than the facts that Maria Cristina was sharing, but also how they tackled it and came out stronger.
What do you hope audiences, specifically younger Puerto Ricans, take away from Trovadora?
That our culture is pretty much alive. That to know that this is a culture that connects us to not only Spain, but the rest of Latin America and the Caribbean. And that is such a beautiful thing. So we're currently finishing our fundraising and Kickstarter, which we got our project highlighted as a project we love, which is exciting. However, regardless of this campaign, you can definitely reach out to me if you think this is a project that you would like to contribute in some shape or form. But also, you can stay in contact with me in my redes sociales and social media to make sure that you are up to date on what happens next with this project.
Awesome. Thank you so much again. There you have it, people. Support this project and support the documentary Trovadora by Paloma Sierra. This is Natalia Santaliz reporting from Mayagüez, Puerto Rico.